Hi there, it's Waleed, the CEO and founder of WaLead.ai, and in this video we will see the new integration between WaLead.ai and Zapier. Let's go. All right, so first of all, this week we have got it was crazy, but we got finally the integration between Zapier and WaLead.ai. It was pretty hard to get, but yeah, we have it right now. We are the second LinkedIn automation tool to get this done. So pretty awesome. So the good thing about this is that now you can connect WaLead.ai to thousands of apps, right? So if you go to zapier.com, apps, wallet, integrations, you already have here the integration. So you can pair WaLead.ai with any tool like Pipedrive, Gmail, Notion, Google Sheets, Breakall, like pretty anything, right? And yeah, I have already created some templates that I think they can be useful for you. For example, get a message on Slack when a lead answers on WaLead.ai, so you can go like fast and answer the lead to like enhance the chance of getting an answer. Filling a spreadsheet row when someone accepts your invitation. Getting the leads into your CRM like pretty soft. Or for example, getting an email notification when a campaign runs so late. Like there are tons of possibilities. So let's create a Zap. So we build some cool stuff together. Yeah. So let's create a new one. I will share with you some of the favorite stuff I like to do. So for example, let's first pick Wallet. All right, and I will show you the triggers. So do something once a campaign is completed. For example, to create a new one, right? That's pretty cool. Campaign has run out of leads. Wow, that's really important. Like all our agencies are asking for this feature. Like, hey, listen, guy, I need to get a notification when a campaign of a client gets run out of leads, right? So I need that info. So we have it here. Also, another thing pretty important is when a LinkedIn account gets disconnected because the client has changed the password or after a few months the cookies changed or something, you can also use this one, right? When you get a received message, when you trigger as meeting booked, anything like this. All right, so let's choose, for example, this one. So the first use case I do normally is we use Breakall as CRM. You can use Pipedrive or whatever, right? But normally, when I tag a lead as interested, I don't want to manually fill the data in my CRM, right? So I want this to be like somehow with API or with N10 or Zapier, I want this to be fixed, right? So we will choose WaLead.ai, lead tag as interested event. Then we will select our account. For adding your account to Zapier is pretty easy. You just need to go inside WaLead.ai, so where it says API integrations, and then just create a new AP key and paste it there. And then your account will be automatically connected. Then we'll click on continue. Let's test a trigger. We have here a lead. Now we will choose Breakall, create or update a lead, and then we have to map the fields. So slash, let's get from here, all right, the email. Let's get from here the first name. Let me just see in the setup. Let's continue with this other one because I just recorded the same video in Spanish and I have already used my friend G's. All right, so first name, Adham, all right, works for me. Last name, this one, Elman, all right. Now my list, I want to go to my pipeline. Yeah, this exact one. The status, let's say, here we can go to my pipeline. So here, if I go to my pipeline, the status I want it to be is cold. Let's just find cold or something like Eli invite sent. I think is this one, not pretty sure about that. Email message sent. Okay, let's see if I can choose email message sent. We'll try to use this one. All right, the owner, it's me, like this. Then the company name, that's the name of the campaign. Oh, I can add that as tag. It's fine. So the company name. Let me see if we have that. Ah, yeah, it's here. Company name, perfect. The company role, we don't have that info in this campaign, but we could have it in other campaign. Depends on the info you have. The LinkedIn URL, right? And then the campaign name. The I can also add the campaign name as a tag or something. Oh no, the tags are already created. Okay, I can add it as here. All right, once we have that, then we will just click on continue. Let's test the step. All right, and now I should get my lead right here. Pipeline lead. Where are you? Let's go to people. Here we go, Adham Elman. All right, here we have it. Perfect. So yeah, it's here we already have an example. So with this, you can integrate WaLead.ai with any CRM, right? It's just when you update something in the Unibox, it will automatically get sent here. All right, now I will show you the actions you can do. So let's take this out. For this, we will use the scheduler. I will show you another example. So for example, schedule. All right. Imagine, for example, you are running an agency, or you want to create some report for yourself, and you want to send an email every Friday evening with the results of the week, right? So for this, we will custom, for example, every week. All right, every week, day of the week, it has to be Friday, time of the day. Let's say, at the end of the day, for example. 5 p.m. All right. Continue. Test trigger. Let's go. Fine. All right. Now we will use WaLead.ai like this. And then instead of checking triggers, we will check actions. So what can you do? You can add leads to a campaign. Interesting. For example, if you want to do some multi-channel with Smart Lead or Instantly. But for that use case, I would suggest using like NA10, Clay, or something else. Get campaign analytics. Oh wow! With this, we can get the single data of the campaign of a single client, right? Get a conversation. Get workspace analytics. If this is more useful if you want to do something for yourself, so you get like a sum up of all the campaigns that are running, and then we can also pause a campaign, start or resume a campaign. And you see here right now our integration is in beta, but if you need any other functionality, just let me know. For example, this week we will be adding block leads, right? So you can block leads also as an action in Zapier. So what we will do right now is get workspace analytics. For example, I will choose my account, continue. We will test the data. So we will get like a JSON with all the info, like total invitations sent, total accepted. All right, a lot of info. And also it's telling me like every day like the data of every single day from my workspace. Pretty good. So now with this I can use ChatGPT or Claude. Let's use ChatGPT. Fine. Action. I want to send a prompt. Send a prompt to OpenAI and generates a completion. We recommend using conversation or conversation with assistant actions instead, which are powered. Okay, let's just use a conversation. Okay, let's click here on continue. The model, something like, this one, user message. All right, so I want to get a full report of all the activity of my workspace because we are a lead gen agency and I want to send an email to my client with all his data. I send the email every Friday with the week's evolution or with the week's results. Here you have the info. So then we will just use slash. And here we have tons of info. So we can just, we can just step output. Yeah, we can just choose all this. Campaign analytics, total, can be connections, counts, picture, date, invitation set, send, profile visit, message replied, activities, WhatsApp screener, analytics. Well, just lots of stuff, right? Campaign analytics, account analytics, activity per day, analytics, total invitations, total profile visit, total message reply. All right, so all this info is getting sent to our AI. All right, so here I can say my client is called whatever, right? It's called Javier from XYZ a consulting firm. Draft the email for him. All right, so here we have all the info. Continue, test step, and then we have to wait a little bit for the AI to get us all the messages done. But with this, you can do like a lot of stuff, right? You can create like reports in your Notion or in your Drive. You can send this info to an employee that has to manage the campaign. So it like somehow you are remembering him that he has to check that info every week. For that, I will use Monday instead of Friday, of course. But yeah, there are like a lot of possibilities for using this kind of workflows to improve the management of your campaigns and the reporting of like for your clients, right? Um, it's taking pretty much. Don't know if it is because we are using GPT 5.pro and it has to think much more or something. But yeah, the next steps basically are to choose like the communication channel, right? For this, I would suggest you using Gmail, but you can like use Slack instead or something. So it can be good. Sending a conversation to ChatGPT. Don't know why it's taking that long. I want to get a full report. Yeah, because we are sending him like the LinkedIn account that it's using. Yeah, maybe I should be mapping better like the info because like we are only sending. Yeah, so for this I should tell him like total messages is this. Yeah, we have to improve this like total messages is this info. And then because the thing is he's only getting the numbers and he doesn't have like the context, so that's what we should be fixing, right? So let me just make this like pretty like this. Let's take all this out. All right, total data sent. Also, yeah, something like this, total messages. And then for this we will be using just because here, yeah, so here for example we have like the main info. All right, yeah, because we have this like an array of data, right? So here we can say dates and then push this dates, and then here we can add like invitations accepted. So here we can say invitations accepted. All right. Here you have an array with all the info. Perfect. Here we can also add invitations sent like this, profile visits, messages replied. All right. And here we have like single information about each one of the campaigns. Campaign analytics total. Yeah. Also the status of the campaigns. Yeah, so this whole report is pretty complex because like giving us an array also of the campaigns so we can map every single data point with each one of the different stuff. So yeah, I think we have to map it better so it can do a good job. But we can test something like this. Test step. Output text. All right, so we already have here an output completed. All right, we're saying, hi Javier, here's your weekly update for the date. Okay, invitation sent, accepted invitation with the acceptance rate, messages sent, reply received, active campaigns, top performing activity came from Jacob, Luis, Mencia, and Iago, workspace total to date, is this data, best, your name. All right, perfect. So then with this, we can add a next step. Of course, we can like elaborate and do something much better. But then we can just automate and we will send the client an email with all the information. And I think this can be much more improved if you want to add like another use Claude or something more advanced so it can process all the info or even generate a message with the results. It can be pretty good. So yeah, that's like the idea. So I would suggest starting with the templates, like get a notification on Slack when someone answers, get a notification if a campaign runs out of the leads, get a notification if a LinkedIn account get disconnected, and of course, connect the CRM of the client so everything runs smoothly from WaLead.ai to Breakcold, HubSpot, or whatever CRM they are using. So yeah, I hope guys you have enjoyed this video. If you check our YouTube channels, there are much more integrations, for example, with Clay, with NI10, with Mike. So just check the videos and you will be able to do like multi-channel and get fantastic results for your lead generation agency or for the company you're building. So yeah, if you have any questions, just send me a LinkedIn message or comment in this video and we will be happy to help you forward.